What up YouTube, welcome back to my video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Fubo TV. So they did go ahead and drop the earnings report. I am recording this as of midnight. The Fubo TV's earning report had a lot of mixed feelings and mixed sentiments. A lot of people thought it was really good and some people thought it was bad. As you can see, the market took it in a negative way later on. So I'm going to go ahead and go over everything with you guys. I'm also went ahead and watched the conference call, and I did take some notes in regards to that. As you can see, I'll go over all the details, go over the earnings report, the conference call, everything that they've mentioned in the conference call, pretty much summarized for you guys, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. As well as go over what they have planned for the remainder of the year. So as you guys know, conference calls is extremely important. I did drop a video on Clover Health and they reported an amazing earnings report. Everything looked good. Stock started to go up, and as soon as they started the conference call, the stock just kept going down and down and down. So that's why it's very important to not just look at the earnings report, but also attend the conference calls so you can understand the company better. Now, before we do get started, if you could please leave a like and subscribe, that would be kindly appreciated. So in regards to Fubo TV, they went ahead and announced earnings, and as you can see, the stock had dropped since then. In regards to the earnings report, basically, if you don't know, Fubo TV is an internet paid subscriber where you can go ahead and watch live sports, and they have more than just live sports on there. So the company ended up in 2020 with 547,880 subscribers. That's over 73% year over year, and it literally said that it gained 92,800 subscribers in just the fourth quarter alone, which is a 237% increase year over year in Q4. Now, here is the negative side of things. The total net loss for the year is $570 million in 2020, where in 2019 it was only $35 million. So that's a huge difference. And as well, in regards to the operation loss, it literally went from 479 million in 2020 from 38.9 only in 2019. So as you can see, they're taking a bigger loss and a bigger net loss in 2020 compared to 2019, and a lot of the analysts or the investors took it in a negative way and started selling off from there. Now, as a whole, their earnings report looked good. The conference call looked good in terms of a long-term basis. So basically what happened is they went ahead and mentioned that they are planning on losing subscribers in the first quarter because it is a seasonality type of business. NFL isn't going to be on during January, February, March, etc. So some people are going to be canceling their subscription because their purpose was to watch NFL. So they are going to be losing some business year over year, but they increased the guidance, and I'm going to go ahead and go over everything with you guys. So the projection for first quarter is to go to 520 to 530 subscribers. They're looking to lose about 4% in terms of the subscribers by the end of March. And they're anticipating to get 760 to 770 subscribers in total by 2021. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over the conference call. So I went ahead and took some quick notes. They officially closed the deal to acquire Victory, which is a sports betting company, and this is the second sports betting company they acquired. They've gotten agreements with the NBA and MLB for baseball in regards to the rights and logos, and to be able to actually show their events, the games on Fubo TV. They said they're going to be doing a free-to-play predictive gaming in the third quarter, basically to pump up the sports betting. And if you guys don't know what that is, I could show you an example. This is how it will look. So NBC kind of started doing this, where basically you could win money if you get these correctly. They give fans some small prizes, etc. I don't know if Fubo TV would be giving free prizes or not, or if it's just for having fun purposes only. But they'll ask you some sort of questions. whether you think someone's going to get a certain amount of points, who's going to get the most assists, rebounds, etc. And you could go ahead and put in your answer, and from there win prizes or a chance to win. So that's pretty much it that they're going to be doing in Q3. And then in Q4, that's when they're going to be doing the betting, and essentially you're going to be able to do your bets all on the same app. So example, if you typically now, if you're watching sports, you'd watch sports on one app or on TV, and then from there use a different app to bet, like Bet365, DraftKings, etc. But FuboTv is going to be able to allow you to do both of the things all in one app, so you can watch and bet at the same time. Now basically I'm going to go ahead and go over the questions that were asked. Basically they were asking, an analyst asked in regards to licensing, if they were going to be using their technology and leveraging that in a licensing deal in order to attract more channels or more sports. And essentially they didn't answer the question straightforward. They were kind of going around the question, but to conclude, they basically said that that's not really their main focus, and they're looking to go more direct to consumers for now. They did mention in they did mention in the second point that they had a seasonality slowdown, as I already talked about. Typically they lose about 9%, but this year they're looking at only 4% because they had a really strong January and they had a surprising demand. So that brought their whole guidance up in 2021. Number 3, they're talking about self-serve advertising. They're saying if they're going to be doing some self-serve advertising, essentially being able to promote themselves. And they said that they're not there yet as a company. They're still in their growing phase where they're looking to attract as much customers as possible, and getting as much deals going through the bet. They have multiple things that are more important than just self-serve advertising. They said they will get there at some point, but as of right now, no. Next thing they're talked about is in regards to, this is what kind of looked really good on my end. Investing into their AI and data. So they said that they have really good AI and data, and they're really, really good at attracting and retaining customers or their subscribers into staying on their app. So they're able to get an average watch time of 120 plus hours a month per client, which would mean that they're less likely to go ahead and cancel their subscription because they're spending lots of time on the app or on the website itself. So they want to go ahead and use that because they're able to show the right sports at the right time or the right event to the right customers and on their homepage. And because they're able to do that, they want to get all that information and all that data they've gathered into sending that over to their betting department. So once they do launch the sports betting, they could go ahead and advertise better for those consumers and make more money. So their cash cow is going to come from sports betting rather than the actual live streaming itself. That's the goal in the short-term period, and probably even in the long term as well. They also talked about the adjusted EBITDA. They asked them about the adjusted EBITDA and basically their margins, etc. And that's one of the analysts that was asking, and they originally just went ahead and said that, hey, we're currently not looking at those numbers right now. We're mostly focused on growing our business. They are not there yet as a company. It's too early for them to give those guidance, so they didn't go ahead and provide those guidance. So really, as you can see, the only issue, so the revenue was the best they've ever had in any quarter, but the only issue was their net loss. A lot of people take that in a negative way, but you could look at it in a positive way as well, because they are doing this to grow their company. As long as they can grow their company and they're not blowing out too much money in consecutive quarters, like quarter after quarter, year after year, then the company should be good. I wanted to mention in regards to NBA TV, so if you guys were interested, they do have ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, Fox Sports, NBA TV, and NBC Sports on there, so you could watch the games. And the NBA teams that you're going to be mostly able to watch is going to be the Celtics, Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, New York Knicks, 76ers, Portland Trail Blazers, Sacramento Kings, and Washington Wizards. So those are what they have provided. But that's pretty much it for Fubo TV. As you can see, you could look at it in two different ways. It looks very positive in one way, but at the same time you could say, hey, they are losing money, so a lot of people started selling off based on that. And the fact that they mentioned that, hey, we're going to be losing subscribers in the month of January to March, because it is a seasonality type of business. But once more sports start coming back out and they get more licensing deals, they get the betting started onto their app, we could definitely start seeing this stock going up like crazy. But that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you guys.